إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, dear students? Hope you all are doing good. Okay, today is your class number 5 of Madina Book 2. In this class, we will be continuing with lesson 3 of Madina Book 2, and in this also we will be completing the lesson 3 in this class, inshallah. Let's begin with dua. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين يا رب العالمين. Today is your class number 5 of Madina Book 2. In this class, we will be continuing the lesson 3, and hopefully we will try to complete this lesson in this class. If you all remember, we were on the second part, that is the lesson 3 has 3 parts, the alif part, ba part, and jim part. So you can consider it as part A, part B, and part C. So we were on the part B of lesson 3. And we almost completed the second part also, and we are left with just one exercise. So let's quickly finish that, and then we'll move on to the jim part of this lesson, that is the third part of this lesson. So we were on the exercise number 2, which is on your page number 26. Okay, this is your B part, exercise number 2 on page 26. So let's quickly begin. There's nothing new in this exercise. It's just you need to ponder over the different kinds of jama that comes. Is it jama salim or jama mukassar? And try to also remember the vocabulary. That's it. And other things are very familiar to you. That is, all the sentences will be jumla ismiya with might be there's 1 or 2 jumla failures. That's it. There's nothing new in this. So let's quickly try to finish this. I hope you all are practicing along with me. So what are the 3 steps that we usually follow for Iqra Waktub? First, read in Arabic, then translate it in English, and then do the grammatical analysis. So these are the 3 steps. So let's begin. Ha'ula'i ikhwati wa ha'ula'i akhwati. Ha'ula'i. What is this? What is the meaning of ha'ula'i? This is ismul ishara lil qarib, and this is the plural. This is the plural of ismul ishara. The meaning of haulai is these. Haulai ikhwati, these are my brothers. Wa haulai akhwati, and these are my sisters. Okay? And if you see here, there are 2 nouns in this. Ikhwati. Ikhwatun is the plural of akhun. So ikhwati will be my brothers. Wa haulai akhawati. Akhawati word has 2 words in it. One is akhawatun, and then the ya mutakallim, which is mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. And this word akhawat is the plural of uqtun. Okay. And if you see, this is the mubtada, haulai mubtada. And where is the khabar? Ikhwatun is the khabar. It is also mudaf, and ya mutakallim is the mudaf ilayhi. And waw is ataf, and the conjunction which comes to join 2 words or phrases or sentences. And then you have next sentence which begins with a mubtada, and then the same way you have a khabar here, 1 word khabar. So you have 2 jumla ismiyas here, right? Then coming to your second sentence, man ha'ula'il fatayatu. Who are these? What is the translation of al-fatayat? Fatayat is the plural of fatatun, these young girls. Yes, al-fatayat is the plural of fatatun, which means young girl. Okay, who are these young girls? Ha'ula'i banatul mudarrisati. These are banat, can be, you can, this is the plural of bintun. Banat is a plural of bintun. The meaning of bintun, you can take it as daughter, or you can say, you can call it a girl. Okay, so here it would be daughter. These are the daughters of the teacher, the female teacher. So this is a question, so we are not going to do the analysis. Ha'ulai mubtada, and where is the khabar? banatu. One word marfu khabar, and banatu is also mudaf, and this is mudaf ilayhi. Let's move on to the third sentence. Haula'il fatayatu zamilati. Abuhunna tabibun wa ummuhunna mudarrisatun. Haula'il fatayatu. What do you think? What kind of murakkab is this? Haula'il fatayatu. Murakkab ishari, because ismul ishara followed by a noun which has al, which means it is murakkab ishari. These young girls. Okay, these young girls. If you remember, haulai is the plural of haza and hazihi. Okay, haza, hazihi. Okay, these are the ismul ishara for lil qarib. Haza means this, hazihi also means this, but haza is used for muzakkar and hazihi is used for pointing at objects which are muannas. Okay, and for both these haza and hazihi, what is the plural? Haulai. Okay, haulai is the plural for haza and hazihi. So since this is young girls, you're pointing at the girls and saying these young girls. So haula'il fatayatu zamilati. These young girls are my friends. Zamilatun. Okay, the plural of zamilatun is zamilatun. Okay, zamilatun, friend, and zamilatun is the plural of zamilatun. So these young girls are my friends. So here you have haulai mubtada and ismun ishara. Al fatayatu is the, what is the position of al fatayatu? Badal. Very good. Zamilat is the one word khabar, and mudaf, ya mutakallim is the mudaf ilayhi. This is one complete jumla ismiya. Abuhunna tabibun. Their father is a doctor. Okay, it is, and whom is this hunna referring to? These young girls. Okay, we are talking about these young girls. Abuhunna, their father is a doctor. Wa ummuhunna, and their mother is a teacher. Okay, Abu is mudaf and hunna is mudaf ilayhi. If you remember the rules of Abu is one of what? Asmaul khamsa. Okay, so whenever what is the speciality of Asmaul khamsa? Whenever any one of the Asmaul khamsa comes as mudaf, then they will show their i'rab with a harf. So here it is marfu bil waw. Okay, this waw is showing that this is in rafa state. Okay, the position of Abu is mudaf and mubtada. Hunna is mudaf ilayhi. Tabibun one word khabar. So this is one jumla failure. Waw is ataf, and this is the same way like your previous sentence. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Aina talibatul jududu. Where are the new female students? Jududun, remember, it's the plural of jadidatun. Okay, jadidun and jadidatun have the same plural, jududun. We discussed this already, right? Jadidun and jadidatun have the same plural, jududun. Like haza and hazihi have the same plural, haulai. Similarly, jadidun and jadidatun have the same plural. Okay, here this jududun is the sifa of talibat, that is new female students. Aina talibatul jududu, where are the new female students? Zahabna ilal maktabati. Maktabati is library. Zahabna, they went to the library. Okay, zahabna is the fail madhi, isn't it? Zahaba, zahabu, zahabat, zahabata, zahabna. Yes, if you remember the sixth conjugation, zahabna. So what is this noon stand for? What is this noon? This has a special name. This noon is called noonun niswa, noon of feminine, noonun niswa, and this is the file. Yes, this noon has a name which is noonun niswa, and it is the file here. So zahaba fail madhi, this noonun niswa is the file. We got the fail and the file, and the jar majroor after this will be, what will be the jar majroor after, if they come after the fail? It will be the muta'alliq of the fail. Okay. Aina, so this is, sorry, before going to the next sentence, this is one jumla failure. fail plus fa'il and the muta'alliq, they form a complete jumla failure. Number 5, aina banatuka ya ammati hunna fil matbaqi. Where are your daughters, oh my auntie? Okay, auntie is saying hunna, they are in the kitchen. Okay, right. So ammatun, if you remember, ammatun, this is your paternal aunt. Okay, sister of your father. Aina, where are your daughters, oh my auntie? This auntie is the ammatun, is the sister of your father. Hunna, they are in the kitchen. Hunna mubtada, fil matbaqi is jar majroor. So where is my khabar? Khabar mahzoof. Yes, you're a pro now in Jumla Ismiya. Alhamdulillah. All this is very easy for you all. So jar majroor, just tell me what is the position of jar majroor then. Khabar is mahzoof. You'll say jar majroor is the muta'alliq of the khabar mahzoof. Very good. أهؤلاء الممرضات مسلمات. أهؤلاء الممرضات مسلمات. Is what is used for questioning, so you're going to read this as a question. These nurses. Okay, mumarridatun. Mumarridatu is the plural of mumarridatun. Okay, what is the singular? Mumarridatun. Mumarridatun. Are these nurses Muslims? So the question is about the nurses. Okay, somebody is pointing at the nurses and they're asking, are these nurses Muslims? Okay, and the answer they're saying is yes, na'am. Okay, they are. Suppose if you just say na'am, it is understood. Yes, they are Muslims, you can say, or you can just say na'am, yes. Okay, suppose you have to say they are Muslims. How will you say? Yes, they are Muslims. Na'am, hunna muslimatun. They are Muslims. Okay. Next we have number 7. Haula'i tabibatun. These are doctors, female doctors. What kind of plural is this? Tabibatun, atun. If you see here, jama mukassar or jama salim? Jama salim. Yes. If you remember, tabibatun is the plural of tabibatun. So you removed the ta marbuta and added the alif and open ta, which made it jama salim, jama muannas salim, tabibatun. Yes. So these are female doctors. Azwajuhunna, their spouses. Azwaj is the plural of zawjun. Zawj is spouse. Okay. Spouse can refer to either way. When a husband is referring to the wife, she is my spouse. Okay. And also if the wife has to refer to the husband, she can say, this is my spouse. The only thing is, for masculine, it will be zawjun, and for feminine, it will be zawjatun. Okay. Haulai is mubtada, and tabibat is a one-word khabar. This is one jumla ismiya. Next, the next sentence is azwaju mubtada and mudaf, hunna mudaf ilayhi, mudarrisuna, one-word khabar. That's it. This is another jumla ismiya. Very easy, isn't it? Man hazihi al-mar'atu? Who is this woman? Okay, who's this woman? Mar'atu is referring to one woman. Okay, here zawjatu tabibil jadidi. She is the wife of the new doctor. So here is mubtada, zawjatu is the one word khabar, and also it is mudaf, at-tabibi mudaf ilayhi, wife of the doctor, right? And what is the position of al-jadidi? Why is it in jar state? I don't see any harf jar before it that would make it go to jar state. Why is it in jar state? Yes, because it is the sifa of at-tabib. Okay, so zawjatu mudaf, at-tabib is taking two positions. It is a mudaf ilayhi of zawjatu, and it is mawsoof of al-jadid. That's why jadid is the sifa here. This is one jumla ismiya. Abanatuka fil madrasati sanawiyyati ya usamatu. Ba'duhunna fil madrasati. Banatuka. Okay, A is Hamzatul Istifham, so it is a question. So leave that. Banatuka is what? Your daughters. Okay, so how will you turn it into a question? Are your daughters fil madrasati sanaviyati? Sanaviya is what? Secondary school. So fil madrasati sanaviyati is the secondary school. Are your daughters in the secondary school, O Usama? The answer is some of them are in the school. Baduhunna fil madrasati, some of them are in the school. What school? Baduhunna fil madrasati sanaviyati wa baduhunna fil madrasati mutawassitati. Some of them are in the secondary school and some of them are in the middle school. Badu is what? If you remember, Badu is what type of word is this? It is an ism which always comes as a mudaf. Okay, it comes as mostly it comes as a mudaf. So Badu is mudaf and hunna mudaf ilayhi, and Badu is also mubtada. So where is my khabar then? You only have jar majrur after it. Khabar is mahzoof, so jar majrur is mutalik of the khabar. And what is the position of this as-sanaviyati? This is the sifa of madrasati. Okay, Waw is ataf and Badu again the same position like you did the previous one. Badu mudaf and mubtada, hunna mudaf ilayhi, fil madrasati jar majrur mutalik of the mahzoof khabar, and al mutawassitati is the sifa of madrasa. 10th, Allaki banatun ya Layla. Do you have daughters, O Layla? Allaki, remember the usage of laka, laki, and indaka, indaki. Yes? That's why you're saying, do you have? Okay? Do you have daughters, O Layla? Naam, li banatun kibarun. Wahunna talibatun bil jamiyati. Yes. Naam, yes, li banatun kibarun. Yes, I have. Banatun is daughters and kibarun means old, those who are elder in age. That is not very small children, but older daughters. Okay, banatun kibarun, wahunna, and they are talibatun, students in the university. So what she's meaning here is that she has grown-up daughters, okay, older daughters, and they are in they are students in the university. So here Naam is harfu jawab, and the sentence is beginning with jar majroor. So what will be the position of jar majroor? Mutalik of the mahzoof khabar. Remember, whenever a jumla is beginning with jar majroor, it cannot be mubtada. So it will be mutalik of the mahzoof khabar, which is muqaddam. Khabar muqaddam. And banatun is what? Mubtada muakhar. And kibarun is its sifa. Banatun is the mawsuf. So here you have one jumla ismiya. Waw is ataf, hunna mubtada, talibatun is one word khabar, and bil jamiyati is a muta'alliq of the khabar. Next you have man haula in nisa'ut tiwalu. Man haula in nisa'ut tiwalu, hunna tabibatun min Amrika. Who are these tall women? Okay, who are these tall women? Hunna tabibatun min Amrika. They are doctors from America. So hunna mubtada, tabibat is the one word khabar, and if you see tabibat, again this is jama salim, jama muannas salim, min Amrika, this is jar majroor muta'alliq of the khabar. So can I ask you just one question? If you remember, how will you say the i'rab of Amrika? If you remember, we have discussed this already, that the ism, the nouns that end with alif maksura, the ya without dots, or if it is ending with an alif like this, okay, alif maksura or alif, then the i'rab will be muqaddara. Okay, that is the i'rab will be estimated. So because of min, you know that Amrika, this is a noun, and because of min, this noun will go into jar state. But how will you say the i'rab of that of this noun, of this ism? You'll say it is majroor bil kasratil muqaddara. Okay, you're saying it is majroor bil kasratil, it is majroor with a kasra, which is estimated. Okay, which you cannot see, which is estimated. Next, 12, the last one, at-tabibatu kharajna min al-mustashfa. The doctors, the female doctors, at-tabibatu, the female doctors, kharajna, they left, remember? Kharaja is the fail, and why am I translating they left? Because there's a file inside this. Sorry, the file is not inside, this noon is the file. Right, so they left from the hospital. What is the position of at-tabibatu? Mubtada. This is the mubtada. And where is my khabar? I only have a fail here. Yes, kharaja fail madi. Noonun niswa is the file. So the fail and the file, and then you have the jar majroor, which is the muta'alliq of the fail. Whenever after the fail you have jar majroor, then you will say it is the muta'alliq of the fail. So now you will say the fail plus file and the muta'alliq of the fail together, they make what? One jumla failure, which is what? The khabar of the mubtada. That's it. So this is your exercise number 2 of part B. With this, we have completed all the exercises and the conversation given in the lesson. So let's quickly go through the points to remember. Before we look at the points to remember, they are quickly discussing about Asmaul Ishara lil Qareeb here, which they have used in the part A and part B of this lesson. So what did we learn in this part? Haza and hazihi are what? Ismul Ishara lil Qareeb, the demonstrative nouns used to point at objects, they're used to point at objects which are nearby, lil Qareeb. Okay, so haza means this. Haza talibun, this is a doctor. Hazihi talibatun, this is a female doctor. Right, so haza is used for muzakkar and hazihi used for muannas. And haulai is the plural of, for haza, haulai is the plural, these. Okay, and for hazihi also you have the same plural, haulai. Okay, plural is the same for both haza and hazihi. It's very easy. If you just remember haulai, it is the same for, the plural is the same for haza and hazihi. That's it. Al-kalimatul jadidatu, the new words. Az-zawju, spouse. Az-wajun, spouses. Al-mar'atu, the woman. The plural of al-mar'atu is nisa'un, women. And al-mar'atu, they have given you here some information about it. What is this? Al-mar'atu biduni al-imra'atun. If you see here, they have written the woman, correct? With al-mar'atu, the woman. Okay? But if you remove the al from here, the actual word, if you have, this is marifa, right? If you have to write this word in nakira, it will be imra'atun. Okay, imra'atun. Because this hamza is hamzatul wasl, actually it is in this word, normally the hamzatul wasl, it is dropped, but in this word, it is written. It is hamzatul wasl is normally written, but it is not pronounced. In some cases, it is not written also. Okay, so this is one place where hamzatul wasl is not written at all. So when you add al to imra'atun, the word imra'atun, then this hamzatul wasl will be dropped. That is the small point that they are bringing to your notice. Okay, qaribun, near. Next, if you look at the points to remember of part B, you have learned about the plural of the word hiya. Hiya is a damir. What kind of damir it is? Damir munfasil or muttasil? Munfasil. Yes, huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. Remember? So hiya is damir munfasil and the plural for it is hunna. So hum ikhwati Hum is the plural of huwa. And hunna is the plural of hiya. Okay. Hum, they. Hunna also refers to they. But this they, hum refers to boys and hunna refers to girls, feminine. Hum ikhwati, they are my brothers. Wa hunna akhwati, and they are my sisters. And next you also saw that the plural of ha is what? The plural of ha is also hunna. Okay. Now how will you identify in this case? Here is damir munfasil, and for this damir munfasil, the plural is hunna, which is also damir munfasil. Okay. And if you see here, ha is damir muttasil, and here hunna is also damir muttasil. If you remember table, hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna. Yes. How will you identify this hunna? How will you differentiate between these two hunnas? The second hunna, that is the plural of this ha, which is ha and hunna or damir muttasil attached pronouns, they will always be attached to some word. Where it can be an ism or a fi'l or a harf. They will always come attached. They will never come detached. Whereas this plural of here, that is this hunna, it will be always detached. If it is damir munfasil, it will be detached. As you can see, a hunna, it is written separately. So this is damir munfasil. Okay. And if you see here, hunna zamilati wa haza baytuhunna, they are my friends and this is their house. So there are two hunnas here. Can you tell me which one refers to which? That is, the first hunna is damir munfasil or muttasil? Munfasil, because it is detached, written separately. Okay. And this second hunna is what? Damir muttasil, because it is attached. Simple. Okay, we have already learned, second point, we have already learned that the plural of hazihi is haulai. Okay, and haulai is the same for both masculine and feminine. Next, what do you have? Point number 3. In part A of this lesson, we saw zahabu, which means they went, and this zahabu refers to masculine. That is, they went means it refers to boys or men. Okay, they went. And what is a file in zahabu? Waw is the file. Dal, ha, ba is the root word, and waw is the file. And what is this alif here? This is called aliful wiqaya. This is the alif of protection. But you should remember the file. That is the most important thing. Waw is the file here. Next, in this lesson, what did you learn? You learned zahabna. They went. Zahabna also means they went, but it refers to feminine. The girls went or the women went. Okay. So where are your brothers? How will you say? Aina ikhwatuka. Aina ikhwatuka. Remember ikhwatu. Okay. By this time, I think the vocabulary, you would be thorough in the vocabulary. Yes. Ikhwatu is the plural of akhun. Where are your brothers? How will you say they went to the university? Zahabu ilal jamiyati. Because why are you using zahabu and not zahabna? Because it is referring to brothers, which is masculine. So I will use the masculine file here. Zahabu, they went to the university. Zahaba fi'l madhi, waw is the file, alif is the alif al-wiqaya, jar majrur is what? Muta'alliq of the fi'l. And this makes a complete jumla failure. Next, aina akhawatuka, where are your sisters? Zahabna ilal maktabati, they went to the library. Okay, so here zahaba fi'l madhi, noon is the file, noonun niswa, right? Noonun niswa is the file, ilal maktabati is the jar majrur muta'alliq of the fi'l zahabna. Next, point number 4. This is about your plural, about the jama. We have already learned the formation of the sound feminine plural. That is, sound. What's the meaning of sound feminine plural? Jama muannas salim. Okay, jama muannas salim. In the pronunciation, the a before the ta is lengthened. Okay, in writing, in addition to this, the round ta is changed to open ta. Okay, you know these rules already. You don't have to get confused with all these things. What they are discussing here is, if you take the word muslimatun, this is singular and this is feminine, isn't it? This is wahid and this is feminine. And this is muslimatun. When you have to make it jama salim, jama muannas salim, then what will you do? What are the steps You will take the singular noun, you'll take this muslimatun, then add atun to this, right? That is the step. But I hope you also remember that before adding atun, you have to remove this ta marbuta. So if you remove this ta marbuta, then it will be muslimatun. That's what they're saying. You have to stretch this alif when you say this word. Muslimatun. Similarly, next they're showing you how the broken plurals are formed. Bintun, banatun. Okay, if you see, why are they called broken plurals? Because the sequence of the singular word is not intact. Can you see ba, then noon and noon? And you don't have, in the singular word, you don't have the alif, but in plural, you have the alif, which means this is broken plural. Binto, obviously, when the sequence is broken, when the letter sequence is not intact in the plural, then the plural will be called jama mukassar, broken plural. So these are the examples of broken plural. Though they end with atun, they are broken plural. You can see that by the sequence of the letters of the singular word. And next you have the vocabulary. This is also very easy. In this part, what are you learning new in this part? Very simple. In last lesson, you saw haza and hazi, ismul ishara haza and hazihi. And the plural of haza and hazihi was what? Haulai. Okay. Those were the ismul ishara lil qareeb. If you take the ismul ishara lil qareeb, okay, lil ba'id, ismul ishara lil ba'id, the demonstrative pronouns to point at objects which are far away, how will you do that? Dhalika. Okay, dhalika, that. What's the meaning of dhalika? That. And what is dhalika is the word used, ismul ishara used for mudhakkar, isn't it? This is used for mudhakkar. And what is the feminine counterpart of this? Tilka. Tilka also means that. Okay, this is muannas. Right. What is the plural for these? For dhalika and tilka, you have the same plural. What is it? Ulaika. Okay. Ulaika. To just bring to your notice that this waw, it is written without any haraka or sakin on it. Please don't write sakin on it because you're not putting a haraka. Please don't put sakin, otherwise it'll be ulaika. Okay, this waw is written but it is not pronounced. There's nothing on it. So just be careful when you write ulaika. There will be an empty waw without anything. No sakin, no haraka, anything of. Okay, so just write ulaika. It is just ulaika. As though this waw is not there, you will spell it as ulaika. But in terms of writing, you know that Quran has its own rasmul khat. So waw is always written ulaika. It's made up of this empty waw. Ulaika, what's the meaning of ulaika? Those. Okay, this is the ismul ishara lil ba'id. Dhalika, tilka, and for both, this is the plural, ulaika, those. So that's what you're going to focus on in this lesson. Ha-ulai ikhwati wa ulaika asdiqai. These are my brothers, and those wa ulaika, and those are my friends, asdiqai. What is what kind of word is this, asdiqaun? This is the plural of sadiqun. Sadiqun, a friend, asdiqaun, friends. So haulai mubtada and ikhwatu is the one word khabar, and mudaf, ya mutakallim mudaf ilayhi, waw is ataf. Here ulaika is mubtada, asdiqai is mudaf, and one word khabar, ya mutakallim is the mudaf ilayhi. Man ulaika rijalu tiwalu. Who are those? Okay, who are those men? How will you translate this? Those men. But this tiwal is what? The sifa of rijal. So you will say, who are those tall men? Tiwal is the plural of tawilun, isn't it? Tawilun. Plural of tawilun is tiwalun. Hum atibba'u min Amrika. They are doctors. Atibba'u. The atibba'u is a plural of tabibun. And what kind of plural is this? Jama salim or jama mukassar? Jama mukassar. You can make it out very easily, isn't it? Tabibun atibba'u. It's very different. So it is Jama Mukassar. Min Amrika, from America. So hum, mubtada, atibba'u is the one word khabar. Min Amrika, jar majrur, muta'alliq of the khabar. Man ulaikan nisa'u. Who are those women? Hunna ummahatut talibati. They are the mothers of the female students. They are the mothers of the students, female students. Hunna mubtada. What is the khabar? Ummahat. Ummahatu is the khabar and mudaf. At-talibati is the mudaf ilayhi. What kind of word is this? Ummahatun. It is an ism. Is it wahid, tasniya or jama? Jama. And what kind of jama is this? Jama salim or jama mukassar? Jama mukassar, because the singular of this is what? Ummun, and the plural is ummahatun. Yes, mothers. Ummahatul mu'minin, you say, right? Mothers of the believers. Okay, so ummahatun is broken plural, jama mukassar. Okay, next. Aba'ut tullabi indal mudiri. Fathers of the students are with the head teacher. Fathers, aba'u is a plural of abun. Okay, aba'u here is the plural of abun, and the position is mubtada and mudaf. Tullab is the mudaf ilayhi. Inda is zarf, and mudir is the mudaf ilayhi. Okay, so where is my khabar? After the mubtada, I have zarf. Correct? Where is my khabar then? Khabar is mahzoof. Khabar is mahzoof, so this inda zarf will be muta'alliq of the khabar mahzoof. And also tullab, it is a plural. It is a plural word. What is the singular of this? Talibun. Talibun is the singular of male student. Tullab is the male students. Okay, this is a masculine plural, and this is jama mukassar tullab. Ulaika nisa'u khalatuki ya Maryamu. Are these women your aunties, O Maryam? Okay, khalatuki. An-nisa'u, as you all know, this is the plural of imra'atun. Nisa'u, women. And what kind of plural is this? Jama mukassar. If you take this word khalatu, this is the plural of khalatun. Remember, khalun is what? Your maternal uncle. Khalun is your maternal uncle, which means your mother's brother. Okay, and khalatun is your mother's sister. Okay, maternal aunt. Khalatun is what? Maternal aunt. Okay, so khalatun, you're saying, are these women your aunties, O Maryam? La hunna ammati. No, they are my aunties. This is also aunties, but this is here they're asking, are these your maternal aunties? And here Maryam is saying, no, they are my paternal aunties. Ammatun. Okay, remember what ammatun is the plural of ammatun. Okay, paternal aunt. Ammatun is what? Paternal aunt. Khalatun is maternal aunt. Okay, so la harfu jawab. Hunna mubtada, ammati, here mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, and ammat is a one word khabar. Haulai atibba'u wa haulai muhandisuna. These are doctors and those are engineers. Very easy. I think I don't even have to do the analysis of this. Yes, mubtada and one word khabar, one jumla ismiya, ataf, and then you have mubtada and khabar. And atibba'u, again, this is jama mukassar. Muhandisuna. What type of plural is this? Muhandisuna. Una at the end. Yes, jama mudhakkar salim. Muhandisun, isn't it? It's a muhandisuna is the plural of muhandisun, which is mudhakkar. So muhandisuna is the jama mudhakkar salim. Haula'i rijalu fuqara'u wa ulaika aghniya'u. Haula'i rijalu. These men. Okay. Haulai. Okay. Ismul ishara lil qarib. These men are poor. Wa ulaika aghniya'u. And those are rich. Okay, so haulai mubtada and ismul ishara ar-rijal badal, fuqara'u is the one word khabar, waw is ataf, and ulaika is the mubtada, aghniya'u is the one word, aghniya'u one word khabar, and aghniya'u is the plural of ghaniyun. Okay, ghaniyun, aghniya'u. And aghniya'u, what type of jama is it? Jama salim or jama mukassar? Jama mukassar. Ulaika tullabu di'afun. Those students are weak. Di'afun is weak. The plural of da'ifun. Da'ifun. Okay. Di'afun is the plural of da'ifun, weak. So what is this? Jama mukassar. Di'afun is jama mukassar. Ulaika mubtada and tullab is the badal and di'afun is the one word khabar. Man ulaika rijalu. Who are these men? Hum wuzara'u. They are the ministers. The wuzara'u is the plural of wazirun. Is the plural of wazirun, minister. Wuzara'u, ministers. As you can see, there are some nouns which are coming with one haraka at the end. Inshallah, you'll be learning about it very soon. This is a different type of ism, but you will learn it soon. Okay. Normally, if an ism has al at the beginning and then you have one haraka, that is, you can understand it, right? But without al, if you have one haraka on it, then there can only be two reasons. That is, it will be a mudaf. If it is a mudaf, it will have one haraka. But if it is not a mudaf and if it has one haraka, it is a different type of ism which you will learn soon. Okay, like atibba'u, wuzara'u, aghniya'u, fuqara'u. Okay, you just need to memorize this at this point of time. You don't have to worry about these nouns. Okay, these are different types of ism which end with one haraka. That's all. You will need to know their names. That's it. Okay, inshallah, you will learn it very soon. Let's look at the exercises. Tamareen exercises. Exercise number 1, very easy, like the previous exercise that you have seen in the last part, the B part. It's very similar to that. Change the subject. Hawwil al-mubtada'a fi kullin min al-jumal al-atiyati ila jam'in. Change the subject of the following sentences to plural as shown in the example. Let's look at the misal example. Dhalika rajulu mudarrisun. That man. Dhalika rajulu is what? That man is a teacher. Mudarrisun. Okay. What do you have to do? You have to change the subject into plural. What's the subject here? What is the mubtada here? Dhalika. Now, if you change the subject into plural, what will happen? Dhalika. What's the plural of dhalika? Ulaika. If you change the if you change this into plural, what will happen to the badal? Remember, the ismul ishara and badal follow each other in all 4 properties. So, ar-rajulu will become rijal. Ulaika rijalu. So, now the khabar, what will happen to the khabar? The khabar has to match with the mubtada and adad and jins. Remember? So, this will, the mudarrisun will also have to change to plural. It will become mudarrisuna. What is the plural of mudarrisun? Mudarrisuna jama muzakkar salim. Okay? So this exercise is your homework. The first exercise will be your homework. It's very easy. You just need to change the subject into plural. Like for example, the first one here, man dhalik al-fata. Who is that? Young. Al-fata is what? Young boy. Who's that young boy? So what will you do? You'll change this dhalika into plural. What will happen? Man ulaikal al-fata is the young boy. How will you say young boys? What is the plural of fata? Fityatun, correct? Fityatun. So, man ulaikal fityatu. Man ulaikal fityatu. That's it. So, this exercise is very easy. So, this will be your homework. Next, exercise number 2. Ashir ilal asma'il atiyati bismi isharatin lil ba'id dhalika tilka ulaika. Fill in the blanks using suitable demonstrative pronouns, that is the ismul ishara. Which is they have given here dhalika, tilka or ulaika. You have to fill in the blanks with the suitable ismul isharas. And these are what? Ismul ishara lil qareeb or ba'id? Qareeb, right? Dhalika is for mudhakkar, tilka is for muannas, and the plural of these both, dhalika and tilka, is what? Ulaika. The meaning of ulaika is those. So let's begin. Dash talibun. Yes. Let's do it quickly. Dash talibun. What will come here? Dhalika. Very good. That is a student. Dash tujjarun. Tujjarun. Merchants. Yes, this is the plural of tajirun. Ulaika tajirun. They are merchants or businessmen. Mudarrisatun. What is a singular word? Mudarrisatun. From mudarrisatun you made mudarrisatun. Okay, so jama muannas salim. Okay, please always try to ponder what type of plural you have in front of you. Okay, so what is the answer here? Ulaika. If it is plural, if the khabar is plural, then surely the mubtada also will be plural. Yes, ulaika mudarrisatun. Those are female teachers. Dash tabibatun jadidatun. Tabibatun jadidun is what? New doctor, new female doctor. Tilka tabibatun jadidatun. Very good. That is a new female doctor. Dash ummahatut talibati. Ulaika. Very good. Those are mothers of the female students. Dash aba'ut tullabi. Ulaika. Excellent. Very easy. Yes. Ulaika aba'ut tullabi. Those are the fathers of the male students. Dash fallahun. Fallahun is what? Farmer. Okay. Fallahun, a farmer. Dhalika fallahun. Ummu Muhammadin. Dash Ummu Muhammadin. Tilka Ummu Muhammadin. That is mother of Muhammad. Dash Sadiqi. What will come here? Dhalika. Yes, that is my friend. Sadiq is what? Masculine. Okay, so you're saying Dhalika Sadiqi. That is my friend. Dash Akhawati. Akhawati is Jama. This is Jama Mukassar of Ukhtun. Yes, sisters. My sisters. Those are my sisters. How will you say that? Ulaika Akhawati. Dash ikhwati. You have done this so many times. This has come so many times in the lesson. Ulaika ikhwati. Those are my brothers. That's it. So you finished your exercise number 2. Coming to exercise number 3, which is again very easy. So I don't know why they are giving you such easy exercises. They should make it a little bit, I think, challenging. Can be more challenging to you all, but this is very easy in front of you. Okay. Ummun. What is the plural? You just need to fill in the blanks with plural words. Ummun, ummahatun. Abun, abaun. Imra'atun. What's the plural of imra'atun? Nisa'un. Ammatun, ammatun. Da'ifun, du'afun. Remember? Du'afun we did in the lesson. Da'ifun is what? Weak. Wazirun, minister. What's the plural? We just now did it. Wuzara'u. Remember with one haraka? Wuzara'u. Wuzara'u. Ismun, name. What's the plural? Asma'u. Asma'un. Yes? Asma'un. Names. Iqra waktub. 4th exercise. You just have to read and write. That's it. Okay? Asdiqa'u is what? The plural of Sadiqun. Sadiqun asdiqa'u. Ghaniyun aghniya'u. Qawiyun aqwiya'u. Qawiyun means strong. Okay? Ghaniyun rich. The plural is aghniya'u. Aqwiya'u is the plural of qawiyun. Aqwiya'u. Atibba'u is the plural of tabibun. Fuqara'u is the plural of faqirun. Zumala'u, friend. Zumala'u is the plural of zamilun. Okay? See, Zumala'u is the plural of zamilun. Okay? This is, zamilun is masculine muzakkar. Okay? So, the plural of zamilun is zumala'u. What is the feminine part of this zamilun? Counterpart? Zamilatun. Okay? If it is zamilatun, then the plural will be zamilatun. Okay? So just be careful with this. Wuzara'u, ministers, the singular is wazirun. Ulama'u, you know this word very well. Scholars. or knowledgeable person. Singular is alimun. Alimun ulama'u. Right. So next, like previous, like your part B, okay, they have given you Asmaul Ishara lil Ba'id. This tabular column that they have given is about Asmaul Ishara lil Ba'id, the demonstrative pronouns used to point at objects which are far away. Dhalika talibun, that is a student. Tilka talibatun, that is a student. The difference between Dhalika and Tilka is Zalika is used for Muzakkar, Zalika is Wahid and Muzakkar, and Tilka is what? Wahid, and this refers to Muannas. And the plural of Zalika is what? Ulaika. Also for Tilka, what is a plural? Ulaika. Both have the same plural. Okay. So Ulaika tullabun, those are male students. Ulaika talibatun, those are female students. That's it. Then you have Muzakkar. Here they're showing you how the Jumla Ismiya is made, which includes the Jumla Failya as the Khabar. Okay, you have seen this in the lesson, how to make this. So Muhammadun Zahaba. Muhammad went. Okay, you're saying Muhammad went, but remember in Zahaba you have the file within it. Okay, that is, the file can never come before the fail. So Muhammad is the Mubtada and Jumla Failya, fail plus file. Zahaba is the fail file. Mustatir taqdiruhu. Huwa is the file which is hidden in this. This is Jumla Failya Khabar. If you have to bring plural verb, okay, then if you're going to bring the Mubtada as plural, that is Muhammadun wa Hamidun wa Aliyun, so there are 3 people here, which means this is Jama. So what kind of verb will you bring here? Zahabu. This waw refers to the plural, okay, for the Jama. Why? Because you have this, the subject is Jama. There are more than 2 people here. So Muhammadun is the Mubtada and Ataf. This is the Matuf number 1. This is Ataf again, and this is Matuf number 2. We will learn more about the Ataf in a little while. Okay. Dhahabu is fail Madi, Waw is the file, and this is fail plus file, Jumla Failya Khabar. Similarly, Muannas Maryamu Zahabat, Maryam went, and Maryamu is the Mubtada, and Zahabat in Zahaba fail Madi, here is the file Mustatir. This is one Jumla Failya, which is the Khabar of Maryam. In this case, the Mubtada is what? It is Jama. That is, you have 3 people here, more than 2. So Jama, the Jumla Failya that will come, the verb that you'll use will also be Jama then, because the Mubtada and the Khabar, they have to match in other than jins, correct? So Zahabana, they went. So this is Jumla Failya, which is the Khabar of Mubtada. Maryam will be the Mubtada, and the Khabar of this Mubtada is what? Zahabana. And coming to your new words, Da'ifun, weak, the plural is Du'afun. Ummun, mother, plural is Ummahatun. Abun, father, plural is Abaun. Da'ifatun, Da'ifatun, weak, okay, and this is the muannas of Da'ifun. Da'ifun is Muzakkar and Da'ifatun is what? Muannas. And both have the same plural, Du'afun. Okay, so just make a note of these like words like this: Du'afun, Kibarun, Sigharun, Tiwalun. Okay, all these words will they are the same plural. They will be the same plural for Muzakkar and Muannas. Next, you have Qawiyun, plural is Aqwiya'u. They end with one haraka. Remember, keep saying it loudly. Okay, you don't have to memorize. Automatically, your tongue will get used to it, and you will remember it. It will be imprinted in your minds. Aqwiya'u, Alimun, Ulama'u. That's it. And points to remember, you learned that for Zalika and Tilka, the plural is Ulaika. That's it. So with this, we have completed lesson 3, but there is a very interesting topic, that is the topic about the Ataf, which we are going to learn. Now we are going to start with a new topic, Murakkab Atafi. That is, the name of this compound is Murakkab Atafi. This is very similar to the other Murakkabs you have seen. You have learned various Murakkabs like Murakkab Ishari, Murakkab Tawsifi, all these kinds of Murakkab. And this is
another murakkab which is coming into the same category. So you don't have to worry a lot about it. It's going to be very easy like the other murakkabs, right? So just follow the notes and it'll be quite easy, inshallah. Let's begin. So first, any word that we take in Arabic language, it has two meanings. That is the literal meaning and the linguistic meaning. The literal meaning, as we have already discussed, that it is the common usage of the people, like how the people use it, or how the word is translated and understood by common people. The root of the word ataf is what? Ain, ta, and fa. Ain, ta, fa. And the meaning, literal meaning of this word is to incline or to attach. The linguistic meaning of murakkab atfi. In murakkab naqis, it consists of two asma and one particle. Okay, that is, it consists of two nouns and one particle. As in this murakkab harfu ataf that is used, so it's called murakkab atfi. Okay, and this harfu ataf is used between two nouns. Okay, so that's why it is called murakkab atfi. A particle called ataf is used between two nouns. That's why this murakkab is termed as murakkab atfi. Then you have the rules of murakkab atfi. Okay, qawaidu murakkab atfi. In Arabic language, there are 9 particles called huruf atifa. Huruful atifa, which are the connecting particles or the conjunctions. Okay, so this topic, if you remember from the word conjunctions, you already know this. We all use this in our day-to-day life, isn't it? So conjunction as in English language, why do we use conjunctions? Conjunctions are used to join two words or two phrases or two sentences. That's it. The same thing is going to be applied in Arabic language also. Okay, but for each word, like in English, you just have a conjunction is used to join words, but here you need to see what comes before the conjunction and what comes after the conjunction. So we'll be going through all these things. All right. Now coming to Arabic grammar, here in Arabic grammar, the huruful atifa, that is the connecting particles or the conjunctions, are how many? 9. Okay. So what are they? Waw, fa, thumma, aw, bal, lakin, la, and hatta. So each one of these, inshallah, you'll be learning in detail. But for as of now, we will take one of the harf ataf. Okay, each one is called what? Harfu ataf. Each one is harfu ataf. So how many harfu ataf are there? 9 huruful atif are there. Correct? So as of now, we'll take this wow because as a beginner. So we'll focus on one thing at a time. Okay, we'll take this wow as a conjunction and we'll see how it functions in a murakkab. Right. So what are the components, or what is the murakkab atfi made up of? It is made up of three words. Okay, it is made up of 3 words. First thing you have to remember that the harfu ataf, which is the particle, will come in between. And it comes in between what? It comes between 2 words or 2 sentences to join 2 words or 2 sentences. Correct? So in this case, if we take this as the harfu ataf as wow, for example, this is harfu ataf. So before harfu ataf, what will you have? The noun that comes before harfu ataf will be called ma'tufun alayhi. Okay, ma'tufun alayhi. And the noun that comes after, the word that comes after the harfu ataf will be called ma'tuf. Okay, so that is what is explained here. What is ma'tuf alayhi? The first noun is called ma'tuf alayhi, to which the ma'tuf is inclined upon. Okay, what is this ma'tuf means? Inclined upon. This word is inclined upon this one, isn't it? So that's why it's called ma'tuf alayhi. Harfu ataf, you know the connecting word, that it is a connecting word. Ma'tuf is what? The second noun which occurs after the harfu ataf is called ma'tuf, which inclines on the ma'tuf alayhi. So these are the parts of a murakkab atfi. A murakkab atfi is made up of 3 components, that is ma'tuf alayhi, ma'tuf alayhi, harfu ataf, and ma'tuf. These are the 3 components, right? The next point you have to know is the particles of conjunction, that is the huruf atifa, are ghayr amila, right? What is the meaning of ghayr amila? The particles can be amil, okay, they can be amil or they can be ghayr amil. okay, or they can be ghair amil. Now, what's the meaning of amil? For example, the harf jar, we say that it is amil. Why are the huruful jara called amil? Because the particles which affect the word coming after it, if the particles have an impact or they cause a change in the word coming after it. For example, the harf jar, what does it do? It has an impact on the word following it. That is, it gives the word after it jar state, correct? So what do we say that harf jar are amil? Because they have an impact on the word following it. They cause a change in i'rab, isn't it? That is, they could impact the word after it. That's a simple way that you can understand. Okay, so some particles are amil and some particles are ghair amil. Ghair amil means the particles which don't affect or impact the word after them in any way. Okay, they just come they just come to give an additional meaning to this in the sentence, for a particular meaning in the sentence, but they don't impact the words after it. Okay, those particles are called ghair amil. Okay, so for example, ghair amil are like, for example, if I say we saw the huruful istifham, correct? For example, if I say haza baitun, correct? If I say haza baitun, this is a house. How do I change it into a question? I just put a here, hamzatul istifham. So I turn this into a question. So hamzatul istifham, isn't it a harf? It is a harfu istifham, isn't it? You have already learned this in the first lesson. So this harf, is it an amil or ghair amil? Is it affecting the word following it in terms of i'rab or anything? No. This hamzatul istifham, this harfu istifham is not an amil. It is ghair amil. Why? Because it does not impact the word following it in any way. Okay, so it's called ghair amil. So I hope that is clear, that the particles can be amil or ghair amil depending on the way they act. Okay, here the atifa, the huruful atifa are what? Ghair amil. They don't impact or they don't cause any change in i'rab of the word following them. That's why they are called ghair amil. Fine, that is one point about huruful atifa. Then the huruful atifa themselves have no effect on the word following them, but they carry the i'rab and hukum of matuf alayhi to the matuf. Now this point is important. That is, they don't cause an effect on the word following them. They themselves don't affect. Okay, they themselves don't affect the words following them, but they act as a bridge. That is, they carry the i'rab and hukum of the matuf ilayhi to the matuf. That's it. That is what they do. Okay, so we'll try to understand this with more examples in a bit of time. So let's carry on. That they connect the words following them to the ones preceding them. What is the function? Why do we bring ataf in a sentence? To connect the words. Okay, to connect the words with the word before. What does a conjunction do? It connects the word before it and after it. That's it. Now, for example, Ja'a Hamidun wa Khalidun. Ja'a the fail, and here Hamid is what? The fa'il, the doer, correct? Now this waw here, we call this the ataf. Okay, this waw is called the conjunction. It has come to join two words, that is the two words here, Hamid and Khalid. Okay, it has come to join. Is it impacting this word after it? No. Okay, this is not impacting the word after it. So this is called ghair amil. Okay, and next thing you have to see is the whatever comes, the word that comes after the ataf will be called what? Matuf. Okay, this is the matuf. So this is matuf upon what? Where is the matuf alayhi? There should be a matuf alayhi also, isn't it? There are three components. And the word before harfu ataf will be what? Matuf alayhi. Okay, this word will be the matuf alayhi. So what does this waw do? The conjunction, it comes to join these the two words. Okay, it not only comes to join two words, but it connects them in a way that this word takes the i'rab and ruling or the position of this word which is the matuf alayhi. Okay, so the matuf will follow will follow or take the i'rab and the position of the matuf alayhi. Okay, so how is that? If you see this word which we are calling it as the matuf, and this is the matuf alayhi, so the matuf here will take the i'rab of the matuf alayhi. Okay, it follows the matuf follows the, you can say the matuf follows the matuf alayhi in i'rab and position. Okay, so here Khalid is what? It is in rafa state. Why is in rafa state? Why is it marfu? Because this is the matuf and this is following the matuf alayhi in its i'rab. Because the matuf alayhi is in rafa state, this is also in rafa state. Okay, next, what else does the matuf follow? The matuf follows the matuf alayhi in i'rab and position. What is the position of Hamid? Hamid's position is what? Fa'il. Okay, it's the fa'il. So Khalid is also the fa'il. He is also the doer. That is, Hamid and Khalid came. But in terms of Arabic grammar, the way it works is the word that comes after the harfu ataf, it is enough for you to say that it is matuf. It is understood that when you say this is matuf, it is understood that this is participating in the action that this word is taking part in. This is understood. So here matuf will follow the matuf alayhi in two aspects. One is the hukum and the i'rab. So you can see clearly that matuf is following the matuf alayhi in i'rab. That is, matuf alayhi is marfu, so this is also marfu. And the second thing that matuf follows the matuf alayhi is it will follow in its position. Whatever position matuf alayhi is taking, the same position the matuf also will take. But we don't mention it. We don't mention that this is fa'il and this is also, we don't say that this is also fa'il. We just don't write it. We just give the position of matuf. When you write that this is a matuf, it is understood that this word is taking part in the same action or position that this matuf alayhi is taking. Okay. So let's understand this with more examples. For example, here you have Allahu ghafurun wa rahimun wa karimun wa alimun. Okay. So Allahu here is mubtada. Okay. And ghafurun is what? Khabar. Ghafurun is khabar. And then you have a harfu ataf here. You have harfu ataf. Now harfu ataf, the word that is coming after harfu ataf is what? Matuf. Okay. And the word, what is a matuf alayhi for this matuf? Ghafurun. This word ghafurun is the matuf alayhi. If you see here, Allahu ghafurun, Allahu lafzul jalala is mubtada. And all these things, aren't all these words the information about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah is most forgiving, most merciful, most noble, most knowing. Yes. So these are all the information about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But how do we give them the position in terms of grammatical analysis? When you're doing grammatical analysis, how do you give them the position? That is, you will say ghafurun is the khabar, okay, and this is the matuf alayhi. This is waw will be the harfu ataf, and rahimun, the word that comes after ataf, it is this word is linked to this word, okay. The matuf is linked with the matuf alayhi through what? Through the ataf. The ataf is linking them. Okay. The matuf is linked with the matuf alayhi through the ataf. And similarly, for all the matuf, this is the same case. That is, these matuf, all these matuf are connected to the matuf alayhi through the conjunctions. Okay. And now you have to see what is the, are they following, are all the matuf following the matuf alayhi in, what are the two things that they have to follow? In i'rab and position, correct? In i'rab and hukum, or you call it hukum or position. Okay. Now, if you see rahimun, it is in rafa state. Why? Because matuf alayhi is also in rafa state. And what is the position that this will take? This matuf, it is also the khabar, but we will not, there's no need for it to be mentioned as khabar. If you say just that it is matuf, it is understood that this matuf is following the matuf alayhi in i'rab and position. So this will be matuf number 1, and this is matuf number 2, because this is this is the information about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is following the same matuf alayhi. Okay, so this is matuf number 3 following the same matuf alayhi. So in this example, you can see that there can be one matuf alayhi and many matuf. There can be many matuf and they will have only one matuf alayhi. Sometimes each matuf can have different matufs, can have different matuf alayhi, but it can also happen that many matuf can have one matuf alayhi also. Okay, so both the cases can happen. Now coming to the different examples from the Quran, if we see, first keep in mind that ataf comes to join two words or two sentences or two phrases. Okay, in the first case we are going to look at how a harfu ataf comes to join two nouns. For example, al malu wal banuna. Okay, the wealth and the children are the adornment of the worldly life. So here harfu ataf is coming to join the what is my matuf alayhi? Al malu is the matuf alayhi and al banuna is matuf. So my matuf should follow the matuf alayhi in what? Two aspects, in i'rab and hukum, that is a position. So banuna is in rafa state. How do you know? This waw is showing me that it is in rafa state. Why did we give rafa state to this? Because it is following its matuf, which is in rafa state. Okay, and what is the position that it is taking from the matuf alayhi? Here al-mal is what? The mubtada. So al-banuna will follow the same position, but we will not write it as mubtada number 2. We will just say it is matuf. Okay? Al-malu is mubtada and matuf alayhi, waw is harfu ataf. Al-banuna will just say it is matuf. When you say matuf, it is understood that a student of grammar knows what this matuf is doing here. It is following the matuf alayhi in two aspects, that is in i'rab and the position. Similarly, if you see here, وَإِذْ يَرْفَوْ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَائِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَعِيلُ, that is, and when Ibrahim alayhi salam was raising the foundations of Kaaba and Ismail. Okay, so here waw harfu ataf is here and the Ismail is the matuf. Okay, keep in mind that whatever word is coming before the harfu ataf, that is here the word baiti is coming here before the harfu ataf, this is not going to be a matuf alayhi. You have to be careful in the term that you have to find the matuf alayhi. You have to find the correct matuf alayhi. That is very important. Here Ismail is the matuf, but where is the matuf alayhi? If you see here, can you say from the house and Ismail? Does it make sense? No, correct? So you have to find what is the matuf alayhi of this matuf. What is the correct matuf alayhi? The matuf alayhi can be right before the harfu ataf or it can be few words before them. Okay, so before the harfu ataf, the matuf alayhi can be anywhere in the sentence. So you need to find the matuf alayhi, the correct matuf alayhi. Okay, otherwise it will change the meaning of the sentence. So here if you see, who raised the foundations of Kaaba? Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam. So the right matuf alayhi will be Ibrahim. Okay, Ibrahimu. So you can also match with the i'rab also. You can see the i'rab also. Okay, so this is where the rules will help. That is, the matuf will follow its matuf alayhi in i'rab and position, isn't it? If you see the i'rab, that will give you a hint that this is the correct matuf alayhi. If you see in the case 2, here we have an example of an ataf joining two sentences. Okay, so here ulaika ala hudam min rabbihim, this is a complete jumla ismiya and this is another jumla ismiya. So here the harfu ataf is coming to join two sentences. Now here you do so you will say this is matuf alayhi, this is matuf alayhi, and this is matuf. That's it. In terms of jumla, you don't have to see the i'rab and the hukum because it is an advanced topic. So you will learn it later. You just have to find out what is the matuf and matuf alayhi. That's it. All right. So if you see here in this example, if you believe and you fear, okay, if you believe and you fear, Allah will give you your rewards. So here waw is harfu ataf. So what is the condition? If you believe and what? And you fear. So this ataf is coming to join the two jumla failures. That is, minu is one jumla failure and tattahu, this is one jumla failure. This is fail and file. This is also fail and file. So these are two jumla failures and harfu ataf is coming to join two jumlas. Okay. So First jumla will be ma'tuf alayhi, second will be ma'tuf. That's it. So here if you see the examples from the Quran, وَإِذْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَالْفُرْقَانَ وَالْفُرْقَانَ. So here we gave Musa alayhi salam the book. That is the book here. It is referring to the Quran. Okay. The Quran, Al-Kitab wal-Furqan. We gave Musa alayhi salam the scripture and the criterion. So here Al-Kitaba and wal-Furqan, these are having, if you see, they are falling in Arab. So you can clearly see that they are joined by a harfu ataf. So what can you say? Waw is harfu ataf, al-furqana is what? Ma'tuf, and al-kitaba is the ma'tuf alayhi. If you come to the second example here, you can see lahu ma fis samawati wal ardi. Okay, so here waw is the harfu ataf and this is the ma'tuf. And what is the ma'tuf alayhi? This is in jar state, correct? What is the ma'tuf alayhi? As-samawat is the ma'tuf alayhi, and this as-samawat is in jar state because of fi. Okay, because of fi, this is in jar state. That's why the ma'tuf is also in jar state. It is following the ma'tuf alayhi in i'rab and position. That is, as-samawati is ism majroor here. So al-ardi is also ism majroor, but you don't have to, as we already discussed, you don't have to mention it as ism majroor. It's enough for you to say ma'tuf. And in this sentence again, mulkus samawati wal ard. So here also, ard and samawat are what? This is al-ard is matuf, as-samawat is matuf alayhi. So the harfu ataf is coming to join these two words. Okay. So al-ard is in jar state because as-samawat is also in jar state. And what is the position of al-ard that it is taking from the matuf alayhi? If you see here, what is the position of as-samawat? It is mudaf ilayhi, mulkus samawati, isn't it? Mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. As-samawat is mudaf ilayhi. Al-ard is also mudaf ilayhi. But you don't have to mention it. If you write matuf, it is enough. It is understood. Okay. So these are the examples from the Quran. So I hope this topic is clear to you all. Inshallah, we'll do a recap of this in the next lesson. So jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.